If you look at your stockbroking app today, you might think your Lafarge African shares have completely vanished. One of Nigeria's oldest, biggest cement giant has wiped its 67 years old name off the corporate board. Lafarge Africa is now officially called HBM Nigeria Plc. But before you panic or get confused, we need to talk about what happened to the stock price during this change. And the major secrets you must know before you touch the trade button. Let's break it down. My name is Philip Edward. I'm here to dissect the stock market. First, let's look at how this happens so you can understand the process. In the stock market, companies don't just wake up and change their names overnight. It requires strict legal steps. One, the voting stage, the unveiling, and the final approval. The voting stage, back on April 30, 2026, the company held its annual general meeting where the shareholders officially voted to approve the name change. Just this past weekend, on June 21, 2026, they had a massive ceremony in Lagos to show off their new logo. Finally, on June 23, 2026, the Corporate Affairs Commission (CAC) officially approved it and issued a new certificate of incorporation. The name change happened because a giant Chinese firm, Huaxin Cement, bought massive 33.8% controlling stake in the company from its former Swiss owners, Huaxin. The HBM literally stands for Huaxin Building Material. Now let's talk about the money. How did the stock price react between the time they announced its name change and the time the government approved it? I want you to picture this. Way back in December 2024, before the Chinese firm announced the buyout, the stock traded down at around 58 naira. So if you have all the stock between 58 naira and 60 naira, today the stock is almost 317 naira. That means you have made money. And I'll give you kudos if you are the patient to hold such stock down for the past 2 years. Now, when the name change was proposed by April 2026, when the board first announced that they wanted to change the name to HBM, investor excitement had already driven the stock price to 213 naira. Before its approval, the hype grew so intense that the stock price actually rallied to a massive high of 349 naira, not as the shareholders were getting ready to vote. Where does it sit today? It's at 317.40 kobo per share. If you're smart to buy and hold this asset before this name process started at 58 naira, your money has multiplied over 5 times. Just think about it. If you invested 100,000 back then, your portfolio value would have been sitting at 540,000 today without you lifting a single finger. That is a massive gain of over 136% just from the start of this year alone.